Hi guys, welcome back to On the Fence. Liverpool have just gone and dogged out a real horrible 2-0 win over Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. To be honest, I don't even care that we played poor. I don't even care that we never made that many chances. I don't care that Mo Salah had an off day. All I care about is the fact that Liverpool win football games. That's all that matters in this business type sport, really. And of course, of recent years, I've seen Liverpool go to Selhurst Park, typically before Klopp, go to Selhurst Park and just get really outshone by, a loud crowd, a real intimidating atmosphere, and, a bunch of players who are on it 24/7. They're always up for it every game under the lights, of course, anyway, against us. So, you could understand why a lot of fans were harbouring a lot of hesitation towards thinking that this was going to be very easy. A lot of, some fans, fair enough, they thought it was going to be a walkover. I myself thought it was going to be 3-0 to Liverpool. I knew it'd be tough. I always know Palace is quite a tough place to go. You never see any team go to Palace and dominate. Never happens. Because they're always so up for it. And fair play to Palace because the fans are fantastic. Generating an atmosphere. I'd compare them. But to be honest, their atmosphere can be better than Anfield at times and stuff like that. So this isn't obviously anything to do with that, but. So you can understand why, you're harbouring thoughts of this is going to be one of them kind of games. And it has been in the past, like I said. But under Klopp, we've got a good record there. Last year we won 2-1. But again, it was dogged. The year before that, I think it was 4-2. And again, that was dogged. It's always going to be dogged at Palace. They're always going to have chances against you on the counter-attack. And I thought today, credit to Palace because they dealt with our counter-attack really well. Numerous times as well. There was times when Naby Keita was, free running at the back four. There was times when Mane was free running at the back four, and they were getting bodies back, and their midfielder did very well in that aspect. And Wilfred Zaha, of course, again, he was on it again because he always puts in good performances against the top clubs. And today was a potential banana skin. All them things that you can say about the trip to Selhurst Park, but Liverpool rode the storm. And, we didn't blitz them. We didn't at all. We were very lucky at times. And, we had to call on Alisson a few times to make a few good saves. Nothing stand out, but I personally did celebrate the saves that he makes because, we've gone from having a goalkeeper in the past year or two who can't even save things like that. So it's just good to have a goalkeeper who gives you a bit of confidence and, you're not worried every corner. Although towards the end it was a bit nervy again. So it's just... there was a definite potential for Liverpool to slip back into old Liverpool and do what they used to do, concede from corners. But we've come out of, 2 games that are potentially tricky against a new, reinvigorated, so to speak, West Ham with a clean sheet. And we've come out of Selhurst Park, which is probably one of the toughest away games you're going to have outside of the top 6 this season. And we've got, two goals, 3 points, and a clean sheet. So you cannot ask for any more than that. I think the back 4 or back 5, including the keeper, absolutely superb. Joe Gomez gets a special mention, but Van Dijk, this is why we signed him, isn't it? This is why City were after him. This is why Chelsea were after him. It's why Man United were after him. It's why anybody in the world would be after him because he's a fantastic centre-half. And he just makes our team so much better. And it's great that we've got him. It's fantastic to say that we've got Virgil van Dijk on our side because, he just makes everything so much calmer, and even when we're under the caution, you think, could we concede? Yeah, no, Van Dijk's he's got it sewn up, and not the whole back 4 weren't spectacular because Robertson had a bit of a sort of nervy time down the left hand side, but defensively he did very well, and he had a few good touches from Alisson's goal kicks, which was good as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold, he had a bit of a hot and cold performance. I think towards the start, he had a few wayward crosses, but towards the end of the game, he really stepped it up. We were under the cosh again, like I said, and he started to deal with Zaha a little bit. Of course, Zaha's going to beat him 1-on-1 every so often, but Trent Alexander-Arnold did well, and playing a bit of the dark art, which we hate to love to hate, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. And when other teams do it, it's shit, but when we do it, it's fucking fantastic. And Joe Gomez dealt well with Zaha as well, and Benteke. But onto the midfield, same team it was that faced against West Ham last week, and again, not as inspiring, not as free flowing, not as expansive as it was last week, but this was a real dogged performance from the likes of Milner, who made himself a bit of a villain, and Gini Wijnaldum, who was superb again. The start of the summer, you know, we were talking about possibly Gino Wijnaldum being like 5th or 6th choice centre mid. And, you know, he's starting Premier League games. Maybe it's because of the World Cup, because players aren't back yet. But Gino Wijnaldum's had a great start to the season, and he could really potentially push himself for, you know, keeping his place. Because Fabinho doesn't look like he's going to be starting anytime soon if Gino Wijnaldum can put performances in like that. And that's what I'd love to see. Naby Keita wasn't 100% on it. You know, he had a few passes that went astray. But, you know, you've got to be trying them passes in that area of the pitch. And, you know, you want him to be positive. My forehead's so shiny. You know, you want him to be positive in that aspect. You want him to play the ball forward. You want him to try and play that ball. So I've got no qualms over that at all. You know, he's trying forward passes, which is fantastic. And a few of them come off, a few of them didn't. But you know, that's what a central midfielder that's driving forward is going to do in games. I've seen him unlock defenses with passes like that. You know, some games it comes off, some games it doesn't. You know, so be it. But we got the 3 points. So, and we didn't have to rely on him. So, you know, fair play. Front three again. Mane, I think, was the best of the bunch. You know, of course, you're going to say that because he gets the goal. Salah wins the penalty, but he wasn't great today. He missed a few. Well, he misses the chip from a Naby Keita crossfield ball, basically. And, you know, he probably should score that. Mo Salah last season would have definitely put that in the back of the net. But, you know, he's getting closed down. And a lot of that, you know, a lot of the time Salah was free and he was getting closed down by Palace's defence because they were working really hard to get back on him. And Bobby Firmino was just doing the usual stuff, but you know he wasn't really affecting anything in the final third of the pitch. But we had got a penalty, which was a penalty. To be fair, no one can sit there and say it wasn't a penalty. Anybody who wants to say it's not a penalty, get the fuck really. It was a pen all day long. He catches his feet as minimal as the contact is, and as much as Saka wasn't meant to take him out, and as much as Salah's made the most of the contact. Give your head a wobble. It's a fucking foul, mate. You know, that's just the top and bottom of it. No matter what you want to put in the middle, doesn't matter. Top and bottom is it's a penalty, it's a foul. We won it, we scored it, and then everyone's booing Salah. You know, whatever. Who gives a shit really? We've got the 3 points. You know, they're just doing it because they don't like the decision, but they'll probably watch it back on Match of the Day or whatever and say, yeah, it probably was a penalty. So, you know, fuck it. Who cares? You know, you've got to get decisions like that at the end of the day. Last season, we were unlucky with decisions like that. You know, at times, decisions like that went against us. When, you know, when we were fouled in the box and we didn't get them, and other teams, you know, in particular, you know, in some games at Anfield, you know, teams win penalties that probably shouldn't have been. So, you know, you need to get the rub of the green in that situation, and we did in this game. And then, yeah, so then we get the goal right at the very end, 92nd or 93rd minute. We break on them from a corner, and Mane slots it away after rounding the keeper. It looked like he weren't going to score it, but he did. That's pretty much it. You know, great performance. Not in terms of, you know, the expansiveness and the pressing and everything like that. Just a fantastic performance in where we've gone to Selhurst Park and we've picked up 3 points with a clean sheet. Even though Palace were really on it, Palace were very good there, and Palace probably deserved the win, and we got the win. So, is it the market champions? You know, can we say that this early? No, of course we can't. But people will. It is what it is. People will probably obviously overrate that performance and be like, oh, it's the market champions. Because, look, it is. But make no mistake about it. It's going to take a lot to catch Manchester City and what they're doing, because they demolished Huddersfield yesterday. So, you know, that's them and this is us. You know, we've won our games, they've won theirs, and you know, it all matters at the end of the season, and we're only 2 games in, so let's not overhype this, but let's put it into context of what it is. We've gone to Crystal Palace away, tough performance really, a rough game, a really gritty game. Monday night under the lights, everyone's eyes are on us, you know, especially after Man United dropped points, and we've gone and picked up points, you know, so we've put ourselves back up there, so that's great to see. So yeah, what can I say? My man of the match in this game is obviously, of course, it's Sadio Mane. You know, he doesn't have a great deal of things going for him in this game, but he's working tirelessly all game long. You know, he's tracking his runner back. He gets the telling goal really, because, you know, at times Crystal Palace probably should have equalised and could have equalised, but he gets the telling goal. And you know, he scores that finish. And you know, my mate said that he was a blue on WhatsApp, but we already know that Mane is our best player. The way he influences games of football is ridiculous. And last season, you know, he was talked about being off form, and you know, for his standards, yeah, but he actually got more goals and assists than the previous season, and he's just a fantastic player. Not more you can say about Sadio Mane. You know, he's probably up there as one of our players who are you know, just on that echelon of becoming world class. You know, he scored in the Champions League final last season as well. You know, he's just a phenomenal player in our team, and without him, our team wouldn't tick the way it does. You know, he works so well with Naby Keita and Firmino and Salah as well. So, you know, that's my man of the match. If you like the video, guys, click the thumbs up button down below and click the subscribe button as well. 114 subscribers. I didn't think I'd even get here, to be honest. I know to some people it's a small number, but for me, it's a really big number. I'm so happy that, you know, even one person's clicked the subscribe button, but the fact that 114 have, you know, it's really good to see. This channel's growing, you know, slowly but surely, growing in the right way. So that's a positive. Podcast will be out on Tuesday. It'll be me, it'll be Mark, it'll be Joe, and it'll be Jay, talking through the weekend's football, including this game today, which I can't wait to talk about, especially Man United as well. Can't wait to talk about that. So that's it, really. Yeah, so subscribe to the channel, please. And yeah, catch us on Tuesday for the podcast. Take care.